Andarki Namaskaram. We welcome you all for the Sanatan Dharma Youth Program. And today our speaker is Dr. Bhavani Tripura garu. She also given a lecture on how do we learn science from our scriptures. Today we'll have the lecture on Bhagawadgita as applicable to youth. So Atiti will start prayer. After that we'll have the lecture from Madam.
शुक्लां भरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा हरि ओं श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Atiti. Bhavani Tripura Madam, she is Assistant Professor of Sanskrit at Bhadruka College of Commerce and Arts, Hyderabad. With her teaching experience of 18 years, she has a special interest and divine language of Sanskrit. Now I hand over to Bhavani Tripura Madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your introduction. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Namaha Sarvebhyaha. Today I'm going to deal with the topic Bhagavad Gita as applicable to the youth. So when we talk about Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is a discourse given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna when Arjuna was really confused. He was really upset and he did not want to have a fight with his own relatives just for the reason of taking over the kingdom. So to remove all the confusion, Lord Krishna has given the first ever seminar, we can say. We can also consider this to be in our modern technology or in our present generation, if we speak, we can consider this to be the first ever workshop which was organized by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. Now, before we begin or delve into the deep thoughts of Bhagavad Gita, we need to understand that there is a lot of misconception among the people that just as we do the Tirtha Yatras or pilgrims and visit the pilgrimage centers at the last stage of our life, that means when we are done with our professional works or after retirement, generally people feel that that is the time where we need to sit and recite Bhagavad Gita. But it is a completely wrong concept. In one of the Niti Shlokas, it is said, Yat ante santapakari tat karyam na kuryat, which means that we should never do any kind of work which makes us feel distressed or which makes us feel repenting for what we have done. Now, when we think that how do we know what is right and what is wrong? If we are not supposed to do anything which causes us to regret at the end of our life, that automatically implies that we should not do mistakes in the beginning part of our life. Once again, it comes to the concept that we need to know what is right and what is wrong. And so, Bhagavad Gita is the epic, or you can say that this song of Lord helps us to understand what is the secret of our life, what are the values which we need to follow, and these principles which are narrated or explained by Lord Krishna to Arjuna are not at all time bound. Even in the present generation, if we really understand the essence or the meaning of these shlokas, they always serve as a guide to us in each and every aspect of our life. So, before we take up any profession, actually for youngsters, this is the right age and right time that we learn and understand the meaning of Srimad Bhagavad Gita so that we will not tend to make mistakes in our profession. Once we start doing or following our profession properly in a righteous manner, then automatically we will be successful and prosperous. So with this few important insights, we try to understand the meanings of few shlokas, because all the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita are really adorable and really very great. But due to the time restraints, as according to the course, we will try to understand few of the small concepts. So, in the chapter 2 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we have this very famous shloka which reads as Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhur ma te sango asatva karmani, which means that we need to do our duties, we need to do our responsibilities properly, but we should not have any expectations in return. At the same time, we should not have any desire for any rewards. Okay, so and we should at the same time, when we are working, if our desired results or what we have planned to get in return are not got by us, we should never feel disappointed. So most of the times what happens is we start working, we start preparing, uh, because the concept is related to the youngsters. Most of the times we sit and prepare for our examinations. So from the examination point of view only we start studying, and when the expected questions are not appearing in the examination hall, we immediately get disappointed. And then what we do is we try to look here and there, and whatever answers we are able to see from the others papers and all, somehow we try to correlate and mess up everything, and somehow we write the exam and we come out. But now comes the time of the fruit or result. When we are waiting for our results, we forget everything what we have messed up. We always think, or we anxiously wait for a better result. We always forget or give a very little importance to efforts which we have put. On contrary, Bhagavad Gita says that you should not expect anything in return. You should just do your duty properly. When we are doing our duty in a righteous manner, in a proper manner, then automatically we will get the rewards accordingly. We need not do any calculation or measurement. It is in nature. You are doing good, you get good result. You are putting 100% efforts, then you'll definitely get 100% good result. So according to our efforts only, we will get the result. So we need not have any calculations, we need not waste our time and energy. At the same time, we need not feel stressed. This is the main thing which we need to understand, that when we are preparing, when we are writing for the exam, when you are putting your efforts, when you are doing your hard work, working hard and putting the efforts should be given more importance than the expectation of the result. So, if you give all your 100% in working, in learning, then automatically it will reflect in your examination, it will reflect in the way you attempt your exam. And so finally, whatever efforts you have put in learning, preparing and writing, it will have a same impact on the result. So never think about the result, always we need to keep doing our duty properly. In this concept, we have a story of a great king by name Vipashchit. So this king was a very great, efficient, and capable ruler. During his reign, when he was ruling the kingdom, there was no thief, no murder, nothing going wrong. Each and every person in the kingdom of King Vipashchit was very, very righteous and very, very knowledgeable person. They have put in all the efforts to give good, prosperous life for the people in the kingdom. And so also all the people in the kingdom were so very righteous, and there was nothing going wrong. Like we can say that the kingdom was called as Rama Rajyam type of thing. So the king gradually, it was like the king became old and he passed away. So it is written in our Smriti and Shruti that uh, even though the king is very virtuous, though the king is very noble, knowingly or unknowingly, because of his decisions or something, the people in the kingdom might do some mistake. And because we say Yatha Raja Tatha Praja, so as the king, so are his subjects. So whatever good or bad deeds the subjects are doing, the impact of that goes to the king, and whatever good deeds the king is doing, the impact is seen in the prosperity of the people. A human error is evident. So there could be some errors done by the king. So it was mandatory that the king was taken to the hell and shown all the punishments. Even in Mahabharatam, we see that Dharmaraja was taken to the Yamalok and he was shown all the punishments which were given in the Yamalokam. Like that, King Vipashit also was taken to the hell. And there in the hell, there were few of his subjects who were being punished for all the sins which they have done. So when the king Vipashit was moving in the hell where punishments were given and he was coming back, one of the subjects, he calls the king and says that, "O king, I am one of your subjects, and please stay here for little more time, because your presence, when you are standing here, the wind which is blowing from your direction to my direction, it is so very soothing, it is smoothening, and it is giving me little bit of relief from the tortures which are." So another voice is saying that seeing your face, at least by just giving a glance at your face, all my pressure or the stress or the pain which is caused by these punishments, I am getting little bit of relief by seeing your face, because you were just like a father to us. So seeing all this, the king, he was really very, very disturbed. Then he said, when my presence is giving so much of solace to the people, he says that I am ready to give away all the fruit of my karma and remove them from this hell. Whatever good deeds I have done, whatever merits, whatever punyam I have acquired, I am ready to donate it to these people so that their punishments are lessened. So the king, he was always ready to donate the good karma. So then Indra replied that, if at all you are giving the merit or the punyam of your good deeds, that also is considered to be a donation. So when you are giving, once again you will be getting even more good karma, and so you are not supposed to stay in the hell for longer time. So you please come along with me to the heaven. Like that, the king, Lord Indra, he was requesting King Vipashchit to kindly come into the place of heaven. When this discussion was going on, Lord Vishnu, on his Garuda, he comes and comes before King Vipashchit, and he says that because you are giving this donation of good karma, means you are to sacrifice the punyam which you have accumulated, the merits which you have accumulated, you want to donate it to these people, and in return you are not expecting anything. So this itself is considered to be enough. This is more than enough for you to attain moksham or liberation. And so from now you are free from the cycle of birth and death. So Lord Vishnu has taken him along with him to the Vishnu Loka, and so he has attained liberation or the moksham. And the punyam which he has, King Vipashchit has donated to the subjects, to his people who were suffering in the hell, the stay of these people in the hell was reduced. And as we believe in the cycle of birth and death, once again, because of the merits or the punyam which was sacrificed by their king, they were born once again on the earth. So from this story, we need to understand that whenever we are doing any work, any deed, anything we are doing, we should not have anything or any expectation in return. Nowadays, because we are learning, listening so many moral stories, so even if people are doing or acting or behaving in such a way that if we are doing this kind of puja or this kind of vratam, then we will get something punyam in return, we will get good deeds in return. Like we have many WhatsApp forwarded messages that if you forward this to so many people within this short period of time, something good will happen to you. That also is expecting something in return. So never we should expect anything in return. Whatever we are doing, it should always be unconditional. The love towards our family members or our devotion towards God, each and every concept should not be bound with anything. It is always unconditional. When we are doing any work without any expectation in return, then only that becomes tadanam satvikam viduhu. Only that kind of donation or work becomes satvikam, will become truthful, or it has got some merit in the life. In the same way, now we talk about the other shloka in the same second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhayoh samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Whatever work we are doing, we should always perform with a balance of mind. Karma means actions. With whatever work we are doing, it should have a balance of mind. We should maintain a balance of mind, and at the same time, our reactions or emotions should not be attached to success or failure. Like in one of the Niti shlokas, it is said, Udayan neva savita raktaha raktashastame tata. That means the sun looks in the same manner in the morning and the evening time. In the same way, the Mahatmana means like the great people will remain the same in distress and prosperity. They are not too very happy when they are achieving something. At the same time, they are not so very depressed when they are losing anything. So maintaining this balance of ups and downs in prosperity, sampattam cha vipattam cha mahatam ekarupata. That means both in the time of prosperity and adversity, always we should have stability of mind. Mind is the only thing which controls the person. If you are fickle minded, when you don't have stability of mind, we always tend to take wrong decisions. So having a balanced mind which is very calm, whenever we are in any problem, whenever we are in any uh, distress, whenever we are in a tense situation, we should never panic. On the other side, we should remain calm. We should think for some more time, give a second thought. It doesn't take hours, only fraction of seconds. Sometimes we take very hasty decisions. Nowadays, we come across many suicides and all these things which are really very, very hasty decisions. But if at all the person who is taking such drastic steps will go for a second thought, which is not at all time taking, even for fraction of second, if you sit and think, then you will find a better solution. So always what we need to do is we need to have stability of mind. This stability or balanced state of mind is only called as yoga. And when we are able to find this calmness in our mind, then only we will be able to find good solutions for our second chapter, which says, Apurgyamana machalam pratishta samudramapah pravishanti yadvat tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve sa shanti mapnoti na kama kami. So like samudram apaha means the water in the rivers keep flowing into the ocean. In the same way, the mind of a person is disturbed by many small streams of, just as the small streams of rivers and waters enter into the ocean. In the same way, the mind of a person is always continuously filled, or different types of thoughts keep coming and entering into the minds of the people. This Bhagavad Gita was written long ago, some hundreds and thousands of years ago. In those days, there were very minimum distractions which were available. But now, in the present generation, in the present technically sound society, we have n number of deviations. One small smartphone is enough for a student to get deviated. That is the greatest disaster which is existing in the student community, or we can say in the complete world. You just take it in the hand, you have n number of distractions, temptations which are entering into the mind, and they will completely control us. I always say, even to my students, that the phones are smarter than us. The students in the present generation, just we ask a question, first they will take out the phone and Google it. They try to search the answer in the Google. But what we need to do is, we need to control the gadgets. But what is happening in the society is, the gadgets are controlling us. For each and everything, we are completely dependent. Some of the students even have forgotten how to do the minimum calculations of mathematics, addition, subtraction, whatever it is. When you find 3 4 numbers little bigger, immediately open the phone, open the calculator app and do the calculations. In the same way, for the words in the dictionary also, little difficult or tough words, if we ask, they have lost the what do you call even the insight. They even don't think that we can think and answer immediately, like the reflex action, no? When we lift the hand to slap a person, they move the head. In the same way, once a question is asked, like a reflex action, the hand goes to the phone and they start searching. Okay, if we are really searching for the good things, it is okay. But this idiot box, we can say, when you take the phone, other than that, you have many other things also which are cropping up in the form of ads and all. They pose a complete distraction to the people. So now the point comes is, where the students really need to make themselves mentally strong. They need to make themselves so very strong that all these deviations and temptations will not deter the mindset of the person. They should not get deviated. They should not get attracted towards all these things. In olden days, we had other different kinds of deviations, like students, they are not studying properly. Every time they are playing outside, that, this and all. Now only remove the phone from the person, then we can at least try or make them understand. They are not ready to sit and listen also properly, because this phone itself, this multimedia itself, is the biggest hindrance in the life of every person. Now we move on to the next shloka, which reads, which is taken from the 4th chapter. This is a very well-known shloka to most of them. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata apyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. So whenever there is lack of dharma, whenever people are not following dharma properly, then Lord Krishna says that he comes and he helps and brings all the things into proper balance. And so whenever there is a deviation, or whenever there is imbalance of dharma, righteousness, we can understand that there is Lord who is always going to take the next step to create proper balance in the society and also in the people. Now we move on to the 6th chapter. The 5th shloka in the 6th chapter says that Uddare Datmana Manam Natmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Hyatmano Banduratmaiva Ripuratmana. Atma means it is the soul. So we can say that our Atma, it is only our best friend, at the same time it is the best enemy. So having a proper self motivation or self support is very, very important. So if at all you are not having self confidence, your own Atma means we become our own enemy. And at the same time, if you are able to bring stability of mind and if you are able to create self confidence in yourself, then you can be the best person in the world. Now, in this context about Atma or about the self confidence, we have a very short story here. It is about a boy by name Varadaraja. So, like any other class students, this boy Varadaraja was one of the students in a class or in a Gurukulam type of thing. And he was not very intelligent. He was, you can say, he was a very dull student in the class. And most of the times it happens that uh, the dull students, they are not physically also very strong, that they fight with the others and all. So mostly every day the other classmates, they were making fun of this boy whenever like he is not able to do the homeworks properly, or the teacher is scolding or punishing. Though he is getting punishment or scoldings from the teachers, once again the classmates, they started insulting or teasing him. So unable to bear all these things, he just went, he was just going back home, and on the way he saw a well and he thought, okay, enough of bearing all these things, I will end my life. And he went to the well and he wanted to jump into the well and end his life. When he was about to jump into the well, he noticed that on the side wall stones of the well, there was a deep cut like straight mark. So he was really surprised, like, how come there is such a straight line which is drawn and it is so deep into the stone of the wall of the well. So later, when he started observing, he realized that the deep cut on the stone, on the very hard rock solid stone, the deep cut was made because of the gradual movement of the rope which were with which the bucket or the pot is tied and they put into the well and they keep dragging the water. So as daily this rope was being dragged from that part of the well for the wall of the well, gradually, slowly it started getting into deeper into the rock, and so a line type of thing was formed. Then this boy, he realized that when such a hard stone, when such a hard stone can be uh, carved, and I mean a rope which is very soft and not so very hard like the stone, a rope can cut the stone. When it can cut, when many attempts are made on the stone in a continuous process, at that point of time, the stone also gives way for the rope to cut it. So then this boy, he realized that if I am able to work, if I am able to read and revise again and again, then naturally I will also be able to learn what is taught in the school by the teachers. So he went home. Instead of jumping into the well, he went home and sir, and he started revising again and again whatever was taught, remembering the incident of the rope and the stone of the side wall of the well. Slowly, slowly, he started learning and he became very perfect in learning, and he was considered to be the very intelligent and best student. And the same person, later on, he has written the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. It is a book written on grammar. So here we need to understand the moral of the story, that we should never make ourselves down. We should always try to think about our efficiency. First thing is we should have the confidence. When we talk about confidence, I thought if there could be any students who have studied Sanskrit in their intermediate or in the initial stages, like we learn this dhatu roop. When we are learning the dhatus, we have ekvachan, dvivachan, and bahuvachan. And when we come to the purush, we have pratham purush, madhyam purush, and uttam purush. Generally, when we talk in English, when we translate it into English, when we ask the students, they say pratham purush means it is first person, madhyam purush is second person, and uttam purush is third person. But it is not like that. Even our Sanskrit grammar also, it is so well formulated that when we learn grammar also, we try to imbibe confidence in ourselves. Actually, pratham purush is the third person. Third person is the one to whom we give more importance. Whenever we have any conversation between, when we are talking, we always talk about the third person who is not existing in front of us. And the same way, Madhyam Purush is the common middle person, that is the person who is in front of us. When we come to Uttam Purush, when we translate it into English, it is actually the first person. First person, who is the first person? It is I. Me, myself. What are we saying in Sanskrit? We are saying it as Uttam Purush. Uttam means what? It is the best. So, at each and every point, we need to consider that I am the best. You might have seen the interviews of sports person like Virat Kohli and the football player also, Ronaldo and all. They say that I am the best. I am the best batsman. I am the best footballer. So once you tune your mind that you are the best, then nothing in the world can stop you from becoming the best. So that is what we have in our scriptures, and that is what is said even in the Bhagavad Gita, that you should always have self confidence. We should, at the same time, we should not be overconfident, but we should not show or we should not be depressed that I am nothing, they are greater than me. Never compare with anyone. Always have self confidence and always think that you are the greatest person in this world. Then only we will be able to prosper, then only we'll be able to achieve success. And this success also, once again, it should always be in the Chaturvida Purusharthas. When we talk about Chaturvida Purusharthas, we talk about Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. These four things always should be going in an order. They should always be synchronized. Doing our duty properly, Dharmam. This is the first Purushartham. Doing our duty, Dharma, properly, we need to acquire Artham. Artham means wealth. When we do our duty properly and in legal manner, when we earn money, then that money we need to spend on our karma, that is desires, to fulfill our righteous desires. So when all these three things are going in the proper order, dharmam, artham, kama, means doing our duty properly, we should earn money. The money which is earned by righteous means doing our duty properly, that money only should be spent for fulfilling our righteous desires. When these three things are going in a proper order, then automatically we will attain moksham or liberation. So, for today, I would like to end the session saying that when we are doing our duty properly without having any expectations in return, then only we would be successful and prosperous. The remaining part of few more shlokas related to Bhagavad Gita applicable to the youth, I would like to uh, complete it tomorrow. Any of the participants have any doubts?
No, Ji.
Mahodaya, can I continue or because it is 7:40, I just thought.
Yes, ma'am. It's up. You can continue, ma'am. When is there? Yes, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am.
Can I? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Continue means tomorrow also you need to have.
Yes, sir.
So how long you want to take more?
It's okay, sir. I just made a 40 minute sessions for both the days.
Okay, you close and do it tomorrow.
Okay, fine, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable information.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
I hope all of you enjoyed the session.
Yes, ma'am. You had given the detailed explanation with stories. It is really very nice, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, I thought we will have many more participants who are of college age youngsters.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I made it accordingly so that, I mean, story culture, no, the fable
Yes,
literature is always captivating. So I
Yes, ma'am.
thought it would be really reaching the students. So,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's a good work you have done, Madam Mahoday.
thank you,
Mahoday,
sir.
this is the way I am expecting.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So we have to see the mind of the students, and accordingly we should come down to that level and tell.
Sir,
That is the good thing you have done. Please continue.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Dhanyawad.
Dhanyawad, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, Atiti will be chanting the prayer.
Sir.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः धन्यवाद
Now we'll have national anthem. All of you will stand. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ नाशिष मागे गाये तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद
Hello, Aditi.